KGW breaking news.
And we start things off with breaking news on this Saturday evening. The reigning Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks announcing on social media the team has been sold. The estate of Paul Allen saying there's a deal with Vinod Khosla, who is a part owner of the San Francisco 49ers. ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting the price tag is $9.6 billion, which would be a record sale price for an NFL franchise. The deal is subject to NFL owner approval. Well, good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Adams. Several other local headlines to get to tonight as well, but let's take a live look outside on what's turned out to be a beautiful Saturday. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri is here with a preview of his full forecast. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John. Going back to the Seahawks, isn't that kind of a conflict of interest if you own partial, the 49ers and getting into the Seahawks? I don't know. But, hey, congratulations. Nearly $10 billion for the sale of that franchise. It'll be kind of fun to see what happens. As we look at the forecast, a lot of onshore flow along the Oregon coast from our Chinook Winds beach camera. Temperature of 63 degrees at this hour. I woke up earlier this morning and I walked out to my patio and a little bit of some sprinkles and some drizzle, but not enough to really impact us. We do have a red flag warning that's in place until tomorrow night throughout parts of the central and kind of the east side of the state. We also have a heat advisory that'll be placed on the very far reaches of the Oregon-Idaho border. But tomorrow we're going to be looking at temperatures just a little bit warmer. We topped out in the upper 70s for your daytime highs. A little bit cooler from where we should be for this time of year, but still very pleasant for almost mid-July. So tomorrow, not that much warmer, but it's going to be sunny a good portion of the day. Next week, we start off with temperatures in the mid to the upper 80s, gradually seeing our temperatures warm up a little bit toward the end of next week. And looking ahead to next week and basically this time next weekend, we could be seeing temperatures right around the low 90s. But again, that's as excessive as we're going to get with our heat. I'll talk more about your detailed forecast a few minutes from now.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. For the first time this year, Governor Kotek and the Oregon Department of Forestry are pulling out all the stops to battle a major wildfire. This one in southern Oregon's Jackson County, about 26 miles northeast of Medford. It's called the East Evans Creek Fire. Last night, Kotek invoked the Emergency Conflagration Act, and ODF ordered a complex incident management team for the blaze, both firsts of this fire season. It started Friday afternoon after a car crashed into a power pole, sending the power line to the ground and lighting vegetation on fire. As of this morning, it's grown to about 2,000 acres, and there are level 3 go now evacuation orders in place. More than 400 personnel are fighting the fire, including aerial support. To Washington County now, where investigators bust not one, not two, but 3 alleged illicit massage businesses, arresting 3 people in the process. Our Jake Coulter is joining us live in the newsroom tonight with those details. Jake.
Yeah, John, those 3 people hit with prostitution-related charges. We spoke with a local human trafficking advocate about what goes on in places like this.
A lot of times they present as very legitimate businesses.
Washington County and the Oregon DOJ are cracking down on illicit businesses.
Illicit massage businesses are all over Washington County. They are fronts for often fraud, financial crimes, and human trafficking.
On Thursday, authorities shut down 3 of these businesses. They include 2 in Sherwood, Goji Foot Spa and Aroma Spa on Southwest Pacific Highway, and Sunny Massage in Tigard. Investigators say they also seized more than $45,000 in cash, and 2 people were cited for operating a massage business without a license. Chelsea Passon with Safety Compass describes how illicit massage businesses often bring in vulnerable people from outside the country.
They're taking their documentation and they're basically bringing them over with promises of a better life, and then they actually end up getting trafficking these individuals.
She says people then pay for sex with these individuals while they live in horrible conditions.
I think that they really take the ability of a person's choice away from them and get them entrapped in these really dangerous and dehumanizing situations. And so we just want to be able to help restore dignity for those individuals who have experienced victimization through these businesses.
Chief Deputy District Attorney Allison Brown says they do get complaints about these businesses, which can launch investigations. So she encourages people to say something if they see something.
Maybe they work in a nearby business and they see suspicious activity, they see individuals going into these, massage businesses late at night, or they see something that concerns them, please, let your local law enforcement agency know.
And police say the property owners of all 3 businesses have been notified, and they all plan to serve evictions. John?
All right, Jake Holter reporting tonight. Jake, thank you for that story. Developing tonight, Portland police are investigating a bizarre hit and run involving a cyclist that happened overnight in northeast Portland. Police say the collision happened around 81st and Thompson. The cyclist was found underneath a Toyota sedan while the driver of the car was nowhere to be found, apparently leaving the scene on foot. First responders rescued the man from under the car and say he was critically injured. Over in Beaverton, 3 people were arrested Friday night after allegedly stealing beer and pizza from a brewery, only to have the getaway car crash into a nearby building. It happened at the Timberland Town Center off of Barnes Road just after 8 o'clock. Police say 2 suspects stole from Von Ebert Brewing, hopped into a Mustang waiting for them outside, which then careened into the Oregon State Credit Union, which is currently under construction. The driver was charged with DUI. The other 2 face theft charges. Thankfully, no one there was hurt. A traffic alert tonight. The Morrison Bridge remains closed until 8 o'clock tonight for strengthening work. It will also close again late Monday night. And I-5 through the Rose Quarter will shut down starting tonight at 10 p.m. until noon tomorrow. A full closure in both directions, so ODOT can install a new overhead sign structure. For a full list of impacts, check out KGW.com. Well, new tonight, the Hollywood Theater has been a Northeast Portland landmark for generations, and on Friday it turns 100 years old. There are all kinds of special events leading up to the big day. But today we got a sneak peek at the inner workings of part of the theater that makes it so special, the pipe organ. Photojournalist Nick Bieber introduces us to the man whose fingers and feet help bring film to life.
My name's Dean Lemire. I started playing organ at 10. I was the organist for the Portland Trailblazers. I was organist for the Portland Beaver baseball. The end of the silent era, every theater had one of these. This is the only one in Portland right now. The only one last. And this theater's still here, 100 years. So I'm going to play the same movie, and I use Cecil Teague's music. He was called the king of organists in the 1920s, here in Portland. Have all the sound effects on here. Like, look, right in the movie I'll be playing, there's the police scene. This is where they got the term, all the bells and whistles. It was a theater organ. All these parts in here, they're hard to get. They're 100 years old. Needs tuning, of course, so you have to have a musical ear. You need to have knowledge of electrical, because it's a lot of electronics and relay. You got to be a carpenter. You had to be a jack of all trades. But I'm going to take you up here. You're going to get to go see the big rooms up in here. Watch your step. This is it. These pipes are made out of different material. You got lead, you got tin, you got wood. Sometimes they're made out of brass. There's shutters in the back. See those wooden shutters? That's controlling the volume, because this pipe organ plays full blast volume all the time. This sounds exactly like you would have heard it in 1926. They could come in this movie palace and hear this, and that's why these became called the Mighty Wurlitzer. It's made to be fast, you can play fast. It's an amazing instrument. It's one of the true American inventions.
What a fantastic behind-the-scenes look. Again, the celebration of the past century for the theater continues each day through Friday with screenings that include 2001: A Space Odyssey, Big Trouble in Little China, and even advanced screenings of Christopher Nolan's new epic film, The Odyssey. Look for details on our website, kgw.com.